Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I paid very close attention to William Ruto's speech during the burial of George Oduor, Raila Odinga's trusted bodyguard. And William Ruto said something about Raila Odinga.
Allow me to use this occasion to thank my elder brother, the Honorable Raila Odinga. I have come a very long way with the Honorable Raila Odinga. And I want to stand here today and to say, I did not know that the man I stood by and gave my all at a moment in my life, we would eventually become competitors, and that he would eventually come and anchor my leadership. And so, the Honorable Prime Minister, I want to tell you, I am truly grateful that just the same way I stood with you when you needed a man to stand with you, you have equally come to stand with me when I needed a man to stand with me.
And from that statement by the president, it is clear that William Ruto believes very strongly that Raila Odinga actually saved him, and that Raila Odinga is going to save him again in 2027. And again, I listened to the statement by Edwin Sifuna, the ODM spokesperson, during the same event.
Ya mwisho, Mheshimiwa Rais, Bishop ametuambia hapa kwamba kazi yako ni ngumu sana. Na mimi nakubaliana naye, hata mimi saa nyingine huwa najiuliza vile wewe unalala. Lakini kuna zingine, Mheshimiwa Rais, nasema Waswahili, mwiba wa kujidunga hauambiwi pole. Kuna watu kwa serikali yako kazi yao ni kushika handball kila siku. Sasa kama hii drama yote tumeona Nakuru, ati watoto wanakatazwa kufanya mchezo, sijui wanapigwa tear gas, sijui wanafukuzwa. Hiyo ni mwiba wa kujidunga, Mheshimiwa Rais. Wale ambao wanahusika na kufanya kazi yako ikuwe ngumu, read them the riot act, kwa sababu tunajua kazi yako ni ngumu zaidi, wasifanye ikuwe ngumu zaidi. Kwa hayo mengi nasema asanteni sana na Mungu amlaze George mahali pema peponi.
And indeed, William Ruto responded to Edwin Sifuna instantly, which means whatever Edwin Sifuna said pricked William Ruto.
Na nimesikia Sifuna anaongea na nguvu. Wakati unaongea mambo yangu Sifuna, ujue mimi ndio mwanzilishi wa ODM. So naenda polepole kidogo. Yes. Sisi ndio tulianza hii kitu. Ama namna gani? Na unajua ukinisukuma sana nitaitisha mkutano ya founder members ya ODM. Sindio? Unajua tukiitisha hiyo mkutano tunaweza kufanyia discipline sisi ambao tulianza chama. Sindio? So twendeni mosmos.
But I don't want to focus on those. I want to focus on the statement by none other than the governor of Siaya, James Orengo. Because William Ruto should be worried about the statement by James Orengo during the same event. Before we get into all those details, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, James Orengo said three things which caught my attention. The first thing James Orengo talked about eloquently is about weaponizing the police.
Your Excellency the President, this man we are burying today was a freedom fighter. He was not just a security for Raila Amolo Odinga. George was a freedom fighter. And you have been shown the veterans who were arrested at that time and taken to committee for nearly a year. I am proud to say today that I acted for them when they were charged with murder. For 9 months, they were in committee. I've been to committee myself. It is not a hotel. And the reason why they were arrested was because at Central Park, a policeman, special branch, was killed at the Central Park near the Serena Hotel. And this policeman made the mistake because he was not in uniform. And people saw him draw a gun. So the crowd jumped on him and he was literally pulled apart and died a very painful death at Central Park. Now, instead of doing proper investigations, what the police did was to look at the people who attended that rally, and they were looking at people who were generally with Raila Amolo Odinga or Jaramogi at that time, and that is why they were arbitrarily arrested. Even my own driver, who is here, Michael Kuma, was also arrested. There's a young man I've known for years in the streets, known as Dodd Kenyatta. He was there. Lumumba Owade, who had just spoken, was there. There were nearly 9 of them. Your Excellency, what helped that case was there was a policeman who recorded his statement in English. And then when we went to court, after he had been sworn to say the truth and nothing but the truth, when he was shown the statement and asked which language he was going to speak in, and he said he is going to speak in Swahili. Unfortunately, his statement was in English. So when I started asking him questions in English, the judge then, Okubasu, insisted that he must answer in English. That there cannot be a policeman who was a superintendent of police who did not understand the English language. So every time I put him a question and read his statement, all the time he was saying, hiyo si mambo yangu, mimi sikusema hiyo. So ujinga ya huyo polisi ndio ilifanya hawa wenzetu wakatoka katika jela. They were found innocent, but the worst thing is that they were charged with murder. And this man, Oduor, would have been hanged. And it was not just one day. Lumumba here, after 8 months, again he was arrested in Bungoma, and they said they had killed the son of the former member for Ebuye, Honorable Sambu. And I used to go to Bungoma every day, very early in the morning from Nairobi. 5 of them were charged during a by-election. Most of those young men died. The veterans who were taken to committee, nearly 3 of them were dead. But what am I trying to say? And you have said it before at one time, that the weaponization of the criminal justice system should stop. The police should not be used to make up trumped up charges. This young man at that time, he was in prison for 9 months on trumped up charges because he was a freedom fighter.
Why do you think Orengo focused much on that particular aspect of abductions. The truth is, William Ruto's government has been abducting young people. And that's why James Orengo made reference to Oduor being abducted and detained for 9 months when he was still very young for committing no crime. So Orengo was telling Ruto that you've been abducting young men and women, but they've not committed any mistake. In future, you'll be judged harshly. So that's the first thing I got from Orengo's statement. The second thing James Orengo talked about, which also caught my attention, and I think is serious, is the fact that the country is headed to the dogs. Why? Because of what he termed sycophancy. So who are sycophants? Is it Raila Odinga? Is it Raila Odinga's allies, people like Junet, Wandai, and the rest? Listen to Orengo.
Let us build a society which is based on the Constitution and the rule of law. We can say many things. And me, I cannot be praise singing because we fought for a democratic constitution where people should talk, where people should talk, where people should talk. I was in parliament when people used to tell Moi that Moi hakuna mahali utaenda, you will be in power until the day you want to go. They told Moi, and I was in parliament at that time, there are only a few of us who said we cannot have this system of government. And Raila was the head at that time when Jaramogi had died, that we do not want that system of government. So I am asking you Kenyans, this constitution that we fought for, it is a very difficult document to keep. And if you keep on, song praising all the time, we will not have a country. So I urge you, tell your leaders the truth. Tell your leaders the truth. And know that even when, President, when you came here the first time, I was the only one who was here. I was the only one. I was here because I was convinced that institutions must work. A lot of my men, even Otiende here said he cannot come. I tried to persuade him. I was here alone with you because I don't praise, song praise. I believe that you are the president and we are going to talk. So this country will go to the dogs again if the kind of language I'm hearing here, you continue with that language.
And the third thing James Orengo talked about is the right to development. Because remember, William Ruto has been going across the country, launching Project A, Project B, Project C. And those who support William Ruto believe that you can only get development if you support the president. And Orengo was like, developments are a right. Why would Orengo tell William Ruto right on his face that the developments are their rights, while William Ruto wants to take credit for those developments?
Please, when you have something being brought to Siaya, it is a matter of right. It is not you are being given, it's a matter of right. It's a matter of right. And I cry. When I was in parliament, I was the only backbencher. I was here with Omamo, I was with Okero, there were other people like Okwanyo, and they used to tell me that you must be in government. All of us cannot be in government. Just fight for your right. Just fight for your right. And you'll have a better country. Asante sana.
The truth of the matter is that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is designed to achieve specific political objectives. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys the objectives James Orengo wanted to achieve through those bold statements. Again, a huge shout out to our today's sponsor, Carotex Computers. If you are looking for a reliable and quality computers and accessories, then Carotex Computers is the place to go. They offer both brand new and refurbished laptops, desktops, tablets, and other computer accessories. They are located at Nairobi Bazaar Plaza along Moi Avenue, Mezzanine, first floor, room number 7, unit 3. They also deliver nationwide, which means you can conveniently place your order through their website, which is pinned in the comment below. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest question is, why should William Ruto be worried about this statement made by James Orengo in his presence? Number one, in my view, William Ruto should be worried because from the way James Orengo is talking, from the way Edwin Sifuna is talking, one thing is very clear, that ODM is divided as far as supporting either the broad-based government or William Ruto is concerned. And that's a very big problem for William Ruto. Because let's face it, the mountain has drifted away from the grip of William Ruto. That's a fact. The mountain has drifted away. But Ruto is banking on the support of Raila Odinga, which means for Ruto to win in 2027, he must get full support of Raila Odinga. And for William Ruto to get full support of Raila Odinga's support base, ODM as a political party must first of all unite. It must unite. Especially the Luo Nyanza and the Coastal region. They must unite because the two have always voted as a bloc. For Western is okay, but no, Western we have like Bungoma voted the other side. I'm now talking of now the core support base. The Luo nation must unite. But Ruto is coming to the Luo nation and Orengo is talking the way he's talking and the crowd is actually clapping for James Orengo. Which means there is division. There is no concurrence as far as the broad-based government is concerned. That is something which should give William Ruto serious sleepless nights. Because without ODM support base, I doubt if William Ruto will even get close to 50% plus one vote. So that's number one. Number two, we all know that William Ruto is being accused in the Republic of Kenya of doing nothing so far. In fact, William Ruto has always been challenged to pinpoint any single project he began. He was in the mountain the other day, launched projects. And people were like, we want to see progress. Now Ruto is trying to change that perception. Then Orengo tells him that this development project, Kenyans are entitled to them, which is the fact. But Ruto as the president wants a situation where if he goes to Nyanza, he can convince the people of Nyanza that because of the handshake or because of the broad-based government, that's why those developments are coming there. So for me, Orengo is standing between William Ruto and his intention of taking credit for any development project on the ground. And lastly, I think the other thing which is worrying Ruto after Orengo's speech is the fact that there are two factions in ODM party. And based on the mood on the ground, the Orengo group have good number of support. You know, I was in the tent yesterday, and it was obvious that if you talk to people, if you listen to the way they are responding, when Junet was speaking, they were responding so well. When Wanda was speaking, they were responding. When Orengo was speaking. So it means there is almost kind of 50-50 divide. How will William Ruto deal with that? Ladies and gentlemen, that James Orengo statement should give William Ruto serious political headache. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.